Hey you guys, this is going to be an impromptu video response to Dan Michel Creates, Dan Michel, but you know, that's the channel name, video which is titled When the Process Becomes the Problem, and I will link it down below, obviously. So if you want to, know what I'm talking about, but I think it's gonna be obvious, but still go and watch it because, it's gonna be a much clearer and much better put together video than mine. I'm trying to, plan stuff that I do in videos, but I'm not there yet. But at first she was talking about this in her monthly video for June, and then she made this separate one about planners especially, and I found myself sitting there and being like, yes, exactly the same, which was funny in a way. I don't have a lot of planners that I'm using at at the same time. I'm usually trying to be just a one planner person, but it never works. And for this year, if you watch, if you know my videos, you might have seen that I'm using I think it's what's the size? I can't remember the official size for it. It's the Day Free Hobonichi. It's like a B6 or something like that. That's the size, which has, let me check how many pages because I forgot, but it's 270 something. No, not even that. It's just 170 that can be used. Which at first I was like, oh, it's not gonna be enough. I'm gonna be done with it too soon. And yes, I'm almost done with it. I have about 30 pages left, which is not a lot. But there were some problems closing this one because there's these butterfly things that's supposed to be, you're supposed to be able to close it in a way that you put a pen through these loops and then it holds. No, it doesn't. I have multiple pens and I'm not putting my fountain pen there, so that's not working. And then the other problem was, for me, the paper quality, which is like really meh this year for the Hobonichi. And I bought into the hype because, Hobonichi is the best. It's Tomoe River. Yes, Tomoe River, but I didn't know because for some reason I didn't think to check it, that this is the 47 grams, I think, and not the regular Tomoe River, which is 52. And I would be happier with the 64 grams, I think. I think that's the, thicker one. I didn't know because it matters. There's a lot of things that I can do with it because the paper is just too thin. Yes, fountain pen inks look lovely on it, but other things, I have a bunch of markers that I can't use, which meant that I had to invest in other markers. I have some Tombow markers now, and they are not cheap here because they are not, like easily accessible. There's like a few shops that sell them for crazy people like me. But that's, that would be just one thing. The other thing that, is the previous video, what I do with it, there's two sections that I really use. Okay, maybe three. In this planner is the, okay, let me show you a clearer version, like April. This is the monthly layout. This is where I record which card I pull daily and where I can see where I need to be, what I have to do in a month. I don't have a lot of things ever in a month. It's like in this month it was two of my, like work things, theater play, fountain pen meet, and university, and then I went on holiday. But that was all. That's not a lot that needs to be recorded. I don't have a lot of stuff that I have to make note of in a week, so I don't really use weeklies. To be honest, I like seeing the whole month together, because that way I can space things out better, because I don't like to do a lot of things really close to each other. I need time to recover between them. So that's one section that I use, and then because it's not dated, which is good, that was like intentional. What I was doing is like recording my monthly stuff and then weekly stuff, and I've created pretty collage layouts. I don't know, I mean, for me they are pretty. And the monthlies were like all, I tried to make like a cover thing for it, and this one was actually something that I'm proud of. It looks nice. For me, it's on my level, it's really good. But what I started to notice, and that's why I'm kind of losing my interest in creating stuff like this, is that the focus shifted to creating these layouts from recording my readings. So I pretty much just, when I do the weekly ones, I do them on Sunday afternoons today. And these days, or in the past couple of Sundays, Sunday afternoon became busy. So I don't really have time to actually sit down, make them pretty. So, which is a good thing in a way. Because I need to just, make a note of the cards. But today I kind of realized that I don't need those readings for later. So I enjoyed making these collages, but after a while I kind of feel like I'm doing the same thing. I mean, this was, like a previous weekly, just a printout of the cards and then some washi tapes and like that's all. And of course, when I realized that I don't necessarily want to do this is when I have a shitload of washi tapes and stickers, because I always do that. I head dive into something new, I buy everything, and as soon as I have everything to constantly and continuously create that thing, I'm like, I'm out. I'm not doing anything, like repeatedly. I can't do that. I don't know, maybe it's the Aquarius in me, I have no idea, but I kind of realize, that I'm just making stuff, but I'm not really using the messages. So for this week, I'm gonna show you, this is what I did for the weekly one. This one, I made stupid little drawings and I recorded some thoughts about the cards, and I'm happy with that. But also I don't necessarily need that either, but that one is okay. But the other one is when I started doing these layouts and I got positive feedback. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make another video at the end of the year and show you guys this one, or when I finish it I will show you guys this one. But there are personal things in it, and I'm like, I don't want to cover them, because then the whole layout is not the same. And which is more important, creating something that I can show off later, or making the readings. And for me it's the making readings, because I'm not a channel where layouts like that matters. It's not my content. So then why do I have to like bother with something that I'm not actually feeling connected to? I'm not saying I'm not enjoying, because I like making this, but it's it's useless. And yeah, I made notes. And the other things, when I sit down in the weekend, because I do my library related job on Saturday most of the time, I make a list for myself what to do. Like I have to do certain tasks for the weekend, and I don't need to keep that in a journal. I like making these, just write them out on a piece of paper. I'm using notebooks. These are the Pelican ones that we get at the Pelican hub meetings. So once I'm done, I can toss it out and never think about it, because it's not something that I need to keep. Okay, so I made for this video, for example, all these notes I want to talk about. And one of the thing is that I have these pretty layouts. I have the monthly one, For June, I created I tried doing more. Let me show you. I really like the title page. I think this one looks nice. I mean, I was trying. I created a separate monthly layout, but then I didn't really use it because, I just use one. I'm not someone who has the wheel, not time, because it's just, I don't want to like have certain different things in different planners. I need to see everything in one place. That's always my issue. And then I tried, like planned expenses and what I'm supposed to do, like the deck and dealing with my book, some certain videos. And I like how it looks. I think it's pretty. But I was like, okay, cool. And then I never, like for July, I was like, no, I don't want to do that because I'm not using those. I like to use the monthly one. And other thing is that sometimes I need to make notes, like I started making notes what decks that I used in July, so that when I do the monthly wrap-up video, I will know which decks I use because I keep forgetting them. So I'm like, okay, I need to make a note about which decks I'm using so I can talk about them. But there's also another note underneath, like how I changed the setting for converting the cards in Photoshop. And those are separate things, and they are between the monthly and weekly readings, so I'm never gonna remember when I made the notes. And I have those stuff. So for an all-purpose journal, this is not working. And my solution is what I came up with. At least, currently. Let me check my other note. Yeah, this is the one I need. Piece of paper. I'm gonna finish this one because I don't want to leave it empty, and why not? A few months, and maybe if I'm not really bothering with the weekly one, it's gonna be enough for the monthly ones, and then I have the whole year in one journal, which would actually be nice. I think I'm gonna space it out so it fits, and I'm gonna look for a monthly. I don't think I have a monthly setup, but maybe a weekly or something like that, because I have so many empty journals that I might just turn one into like this size. Just I make a monthly, like I make a monthly setup, and then I'm gonna just use that. And that's not gonna be pretty. That's only gonna be with me because, the other thing is that after a while I don't like to carry this one because it gets heavy. And I like to be as light as possible with my backpack when I travel to, work and stuff. But I still need something so I can remember that I will have a concert on a certain day, or I have job obligations on another day. So I'm just gonna have a very simple, I'm just jotting, dates down planner with me in my backpack. I don't know if I want to keep probably I'm gonna keep my pen holder with me because I just want to look at this pen case. Because I can have like two fountain pens and a ball pen and a pencil with me, which is useful because these two, perfect size. And I know you're gonna be like, this is not heavy. For me, it adds up. I don't like it. I have issues, yes, but I have good reasons for them, which I'm not going into. But anyway, so I will have that, light, thin. I don't need a big one. Because that's gonna be something that I don't need. I just need the rest of the year or like together, so I can plan certain things out. And I will have a more detailed one where I keep recording my cards and whatnot in the one that I'm gonna keep home, which after this one I'm gonna move into an A5. That's 52 grams Toma River notebook. That's more space, so I can create more art with the readings, because that was something that Michel and Danny from Danny Mystics were talking about in a live stream that, and you know, Danny can be very inspiring, and in a way, I don't even know what's the word, like, she made me feel bad, but not because of what she said, but because I knew she was right. Because I'm not on that artistic level like her, but I like dabbling with, you know, like painting and stuff. And if I'm not practicing, I'm not never gonna be better. You know, so I have to play with it. And one of the idea when I started this monthly and weekly reading recording session is to actually play around with paints and fountain pennings in the journal, but because the paper is not just thin but really bad quality, so it bleeds, it's like ghosts, it does all sorts of stuff that it's not supposed to. I never even tried, so, and that was one of my fountain pen friends did and keep doing, and her journals are just so vibrant, and you know, it's full of emotion. And that's what Danny said in that video, that she wants to record how she feel, how that reading makes her feel, or at least that's what I understood. And I want something like that, because yeah, I can make a note that this week's cards were the Three of Cups. Ooh, insider information. Justice and the Ace of Cups, and I have, you know, like, I have opinions about those cards, but writing down the words are not necessarily enough to look back and reflect on them. And on that, in the new journal, I don't think I'm gonna really go into details with the weekly ones. I think I'm just gonna keep a record of the cards, where I'm gonna keep a record of, because for now it's gonna be here, because what I do is, like I said, I keep a record of the cards in here every day. When I pull a card, I haven't pulled each day, but then what I do is, where is it? I have like, oh, okay. I started like a new way of keeping track. So, you know, like the green ones are the daily ones, the brownish are the weeklies, and the pinks are the monthly card pulls. So at the end of the year, I will look back at all my cards. I will be able to see, like, I pulled so far the star the most from the majors, but most of them were daily readings. And I don't know, I think it's just gonna be interesting to see if it matters or not. I didn't do that last year, so it's a new way of tracking things. But I don't know, in the new one, that's what I wanted to say, in the new one I'm not gonna make displays or collages for the weekly ones, just for, yeah, I should do the monthlies, yeah, because I want to do that. I want to do monthly readings, because those are helpful. But I want to keep a record of each of the actual, I sat down and I did a reading for myself, readings, and in a way that where I leave space for reflection later on, not just, you know, like the immediate thoughts about the reading, and then maybe like a couple of days later or a week later when I think about it, you know, when I had time to actually think about it, because I need to do that. And I kind of want to leave space for, I don't know, either when what the reading was about happened, or I don't know, like a year later or 6 months later. I don't know the time frame yet. And if I manage to do that, you know, and it's gonna be just readings in that book, it's gonna be something that I can actually keep for later. Because one of the other things is, what am I supposed to do with this planner? I created really pretty things in it, yes, but it's not something that I don't think that I'm gonna just, you know, like years from now pull out and be like, oh yeah, I did a reading of something that really hurt, that was fun, or oh, that was really cool for that day. because I don't know. I'm not. I don't. I don't. I don't know. What do you do with your? I mean, a lot of people just keep them, but I don't want to keep something that I never go through again, and it's just, you know, collecting dust in a box. Because stuff like this, I think I'm just gonna scan them or keep certain pages and turn them into, if I can, turn them into other collages. I'm big on, you know, reusing stuff. But maybe that's just, I don't know, stupid. I don't know. I really don't know what I want to do. Because it looks good like this, so maybe just keeping. I don't have a lot of like this, and I won't have a lot from these journals, so maybe just keeping one is it's not that difficult or useless. But I really need to go through all of my blank journals and order stuff and sort them out and gift away those that I know I'm never gonna use, because it's honestly, I have more than one drawer full of them. And I know if you have planners, you're the same, but you know, we're not supposed to do that. But yeah, I think that is all. Wanted to say, I'm checking notes. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. But I was lazy to type out a comment, so here you go. You have a video response, dear Don Michelle. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, anybody else in the comments, if you have a better system, like how do you separate these things? And if you have issues like me, that you like to see everything all in, you know, like one place, how do you do that? And I don't like using ring binders. That was something that I tried. Obviously, I tried the disc bound system as well. I have a few that seemed fun, but it's not sold in Hungary, the official one. And when I looked into the prices, it was ridiculously expensive. So I bought cheaper, you know, like knockoffs, and those are okay. But yes, obviously the original ones would be good. But at the same time, again, do I need that? I don't know. I keep changing my mind how I want to play, you know, like keep track of my readings. Some of them are digital because I can include the pictures, because I don't have like a printer that I could print the cards out. But is that even important if I want to record the feelings, or is that takes away from the message? Problems. Okay, I'm gonna go back and edit some videos more, because all I did was today editing about my collection video, which I think are gonna go up later than this one. I think I'm gonna post this one sooner if I can, but you will see, because you know, you will see if you're watching both. But anyway, thank you so much for being here, and see you soon. Please subscribe, like, and everything like that.